Hi guys. So I'm a little bit late today. Wow, just going back here to see your comments to see if there's anything. Wow. Oh my God. So I'm just like kind of like catching up. Okay. Let's see here 1 second if I'm on the right network. And let me get the link. If you have any troubles, please use this link instead. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Hi. Mhm. Wow. Sort of like running around today, and it's so warm in New York. It's kind of crazy. It feels like late May or something. Very odd. Anyway, so many things. Oh my God. So today, well, I'm just, hi, Livy. Okay. So yeah, no, climate change. It doesn't exist, right? And I was gonna say, guys, so what else is, there's so much going on, of course, all the time, right? So it's, I'm thinking today, the students in Florida, and I saw you guys commenting, saying something. It's very nice to see, it gives me hope, because I was thinking sometimes, I've said this before, I'm working on something else related to technology, and it's very much about this new moment. But now that I see the young people too, it makes me so happy that thank you, Cynthia. It makes me so happy that this is really the new era. I believe that, guys. Now I'm not scared. Okay, I'm not scared. There was a moment where I was. Yes, articulate. And they're very honest, right? For them, it's literally life and death. Okay, for them, it's not like, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that. I don't know. It's like, my friends died. I almost died. I thought I'll never see my family again. Who are you to tell me I'm wrong? You know what I mean? It's very visceral. It comes from a place of true necessity and survival, really, right? So it's really amazing. It's really amazing. It's incredible, because I feel like in all the student movements, the 60s, and actually I'm getting goosebumps. It was people in high school who are like early college, very young. Okay, so it feels like, I feel like, I don't know, it makes me happy. Okay, it makes me happy, and yeah. And regardless, guys, regardless of the whole Mueller investigation, which I know I'm confident that it's going to move forward. I'm confident that the tide has turned. Okay, it really feels like. Okay, exactly, because I feel like the whole, I think a lot about and I saw that I had posted the whole thing about Facebook. I think a lot about this discourse. They're like, oh, everything is neutral, and one says one thing and the other. No, it's not true. Neutrality is a myth. You have to stand for something. You know what I mean? And I think especially now, I feel like if we I think in the past I accepted, oh, look, okay, maybe I can compromise on this and that. But now it's like, no, if I compromise, you're going to crush me. You're going to take away my rights. I don't accept it. Oh, hello, Lucienne. Hello. Maybe it's their time. Yeah, maybe I haven't mentioned it. Yeah, it's their time, It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's a glad to see. I feel like it's more like I don't compromise. I don't think it's acceptable, because people say, oh, but for example, like I said before, I've said this before, in like technology, for example, oh, but what if like people have the right to say this and to say that? No, but if whatever you say is about hurting me and making life harder for me, and we pay the price, because it's always women, it's always the young kids, and it's always people of color. I'm sorry. Like, okay, that's just the way it is usually. I'm not saying, like, of course, this is my personal expression, but I feel like, I'm sorry, no, it's not okay. Exactly. But that's what I mean. The poor, exactly. Everybody who who is not in a position always to fight back. But now it's like, forget it. It's over. Forget it. Forget it. Are you kidding me? Get real. Get real. Yeah, because oh my God. I can't wait. And I sometimes I posted this older reading today on the YouTube channel. And I feel like, oh my God, it's too hard. It's too heavy. Sometimes I was like, oh, I shouldn't post it. But it's like, no, everything has to come out. Okay, everything has to come out. It's not it's like people need to see, even if it's dark, what's behind this. Okay, it's like, we can't let this happen. We can't no, I'm just saying, I'm not saying obviously the whole thing with this the fascist people and so forth, but I feel like, I'm sorry, I'm not afraid, because that's the thing. I also talk about trolling all the time. They want us to make us feel like we're going to back off. No, we're not going to back off. Bye, whatever. It's like, come on, get real, get real. Patty Joe said it's very well, yeah, very well said. It's like vomiting, necessary, and it feels so good. And so exactly, more of us than them. Exactly. Oh my God. Can't even. Oh, before I go into the topics, guys, about what I had posted, I just want to bring up something that someone posted before I looked, which is Connie. Connie said she wanted, I think she said Sandy or something, but it's Betsy DeVos basically. So Betsy DeVos also, and I should do we should add her to. I'm gonna add, even if it's not today, but then eventually, okay. Ryan's busy getting ADA. Wild Trump. Yeah, I feel like I really sense, guys, this is the time for, maybe, like I said, sometimes I'm like, I'm crazy or whatever, but I'm like, no, this is the time when we, the people, matter more than the donors. I'm sorry. These people, they're going down. I don't even care. Like, you're going down. Shut up. Are you kidding me? Get her. No, I don't care. Because, before it was like, oh, I don't want to be too radical. No, it's like, you just because you have money, you don't have everything. You don't have the sense of culture. You know what I mean? Sense of culture. Mitch McConnell. Gladys said Mitch McConnell. Okay. And his wife. And so, his wife has the whole thing with drugs. Did you see this? It's amazing. This story that she was something caught with like drugs and like a ship. Oh my God, it's like, if somebody wrote this book, nobody would believe it. It's too blatant. It's too in your face. And I'll be like, no, it's too much. There's no mystery. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nancy Jones, what? It's like when you say the thing. What do you mean? The thing about Mitch McConnell and his wife, Elaine Chao. Look her up, Elaine Chao, cocaine. Look it up, Elaine Chao, cocaine. It's amazing. CHAO. Really? Was there something about Sessions? Really? I don't know. Oh, do you see that woman? The woman, how I say that woman, but it's the woman, Rachel Brand. Rachel Brand went on Fox to say that she left her job in the Department of Justice because she got a great offer at Walmart. Because, when you're growing up, your dream is to work at Walmart, right? When you're out there in law school struggling with the complex subjects, you're like, if only Walmart gave me a job. What is going on? Guys, what is that? Everybody's like, what the hell? What is that? GP? I don't know. Anyway, that's okay. It's okay. Oh my God. So, okay, guys. So let me. Okay, now we're chatting a little bit. Let me go back to. I'm going off my book here. We have the questions for today, and like I said, we can add or subtract. So if anything of the things I'm saying you're interested in, please just say yes, I like X or Y. Okay. So anyway, So, okay. The questions are, I posted the whole, I don't know if maybe not today, but the whole thing about Facebook, in depth Facebook. Okay. Okay, so then, yeah, so then the whole thing about Facebook, the Mueller investigation and so forth, you saw the details, okay? And so there's also the fact that the guy, Alex van der Zwaan, was indicted, and that he is the son-in-law of the owner of Alfa Bank, okay? And then I asked whether what's going to happen with the oligarchs as a result of the Mueller investigation. And then what's going to happen to, what's the role of Alfa Bank in all of this, okay? And then I think also, I believe this was probably what I thought was going to be the big one too. JARED, has she sold secrets to foreign intelligence already in exchange for money in her properties? JARED Kushner, right? So, and then separating between Israel, Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia. Okay. Cynthia Allen, what is going on? Oh my God. So she's like, I feel like it's almost like she's been hacked or something. Anyway, so, okay. So, okay, so please write, guys, if you do, okay, okay, lawyer, oligarchs, and JARED, okay. Okay, I'm just trying to say here, okay. Bank, money laundering, oligarchs. Okay, let me get started, okay, guys, because I want to let's get started, because there's so much to, I'm going to be shuffling cards, okay? It's so much. So much. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Cynthia is posting password, looks like passwords. Sex change, yeah. This is a joke question. I was going to say, if RuPaul ever does a drag queen, his show, oh my God, Drag Race Prison Edition, will JARED try to enter? Oh my God. Okay, it's just happening. Cynthia, I don't know. Do you think, guys, Cynthia, oh, it's okay. Have you been hacked or something? So strange. So strange. So, okay. JARED, imagine they have a oh my God, because oh my God. Have you seen, I've sometimes watched a prison documentary. Imagine there's a documentary or JARED doing sex change while in prison. JARED, 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 JARED. Oh my God. I vet LCV. Jesus, what is that? Oh my God. Okay, so let me just okay, let's see here. What is the deal? What is the deal? Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So let's see, guys. Let's just get to it. JARED, I think I'm gonna try to do is to make the use a few more less cards so that it's a little bit more concise, so I could do more topics. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. So JARED Kushner. Has JARED already sold secrets? Because this is why, guys. This story came out in the New York Times about how he does not want to let go of his security, like the ability to see security information. What is it called? Intelligence, and the daily briefings. He loves it. He always wants more and more information. So I'm thinking he should not have seen it to begin with. Okay. So oh my God, Cynthia, I don't want to kick you out, but you look it looks a little weird. What is happening? Cynthia is saying ISPTTH SOFF. Okay, sounds very it sounds oh my god. Okay, so anyway, so okay, has Jared already sold? Okay, because I feel like obviously we think this is the core of treason here, but has he already actually sold this information? Has he shared this information with foreign countries, that information that's within these security briefings to benefit himself, okay, or his family? And then one, and then B, okay, tell us about his relationship to all these countries, because he always travels, and I feel like there's always some shady stuff going on. Okay, so there's relationships with Israel. Apparently he's close. There's somebody close to Netanyahu who's apparently going down, who's also related to like his family's business. He went to Saudi Arabia and all those things. Okay, so anyway, so okay, I'm gonna look into Jared. Has he sold this information? Okay. Yeah, who owns? Because I think Julie Munson asked who owns the most. I feel like the question here is whether he has sold, because I feel like for him, he's in a suicide mission. It seems like, in the sense that he would just grab anything. Okay, he'll just grab anything and sell it. I don't think he is like, I don't know that it's yet in case of like somebody owns it, but it's like he's just like selling it to whoever. Did you see the word that Kelly used to describe his? He said, "Oh, I'm confident that Jared Kushner will continue to have access to his portfolio of projects." Like, I'm sorry, portfolio is a word that you use for investments, or investments that are not very depersonalized. That's not you know what I mean? Portfolio to me implies investment, in the sense that he is like, oh, would you like security information about our roads, or what about this? What would you like? I feel like he's like, it's literally commodity to him. That's how he phrases it. Okay, it's just like, that's very dangerous. Okay, so it's just like, who says that? Oh, here's a portfolio of my, it's like my investments or my properties, right? That's how you talk about it. Property is not a person, but intelligence. Hello. Yeah, Jared, what has he sold? Because I feel like I'm more interested in whether it has actually happened, because in a way I feel like it could be proven, as opposed to the trips that he has taken and so forth, right? I think what has actually happened already, because if he's he doesn't want to let it go. Why? Right? I mean, can you imagine? He doesn't have security clearance. He will never get security clearance because he's shady. He's extremely shady. So it's like he's taking this information as security clearance, and he's just like doing whatever, right? And he's dumb. So a lot of people who work in most governments who have intelligence backgrounds are extremely intelligent, right? So they can like work around him very quickly, very easily, because he's dumb. And he's a dumb, oh my God. And I saw, guys, seriously, I saw this video of him and Ivanka. I never see them, like, usually I see photos, but whenever I see him, it's so scary. He's like that evil character. You see, there's nothing, like, the evil is so transparent, and he's just so like, kind of like a, I don't know, just there's something about him, like the evil is like right there, exactly right below the surface. It's not even pretend, like kind of like that, like very reptilian. It's just like, like that, you know. Oh my God, I was thinking of, you know, I was like listening to that song Gloria, you know, the karaoke version, because I was thinking of doing the video, and I was like, oh, I need to get a knife, because it'd be like Jared, you know, it's like, because it's like literally killing, like Jared, like it's like a really, it's really he is truly evil. Yeah, it's like, really, he's like, where's Jared Kushner? I'm Jared, I'm gonna kill you. Okay. Oh my God. I'm gonna kill you. I'm Jared. I want my money. Okay. Okay. Okay, Jared. Okay. Yeah, Lucian said, Truth said he'll be. That's what I said, though. I've already said that. So Lucian is saying Truth where Tarot said he's indicted at the end of March, earlier. But I've already said that before. So anyway, doesn't matter. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stamp's foot. Kelly. But no, that's okay. It's just okay. Okay. So anyway, guys. So no, it's just like, you know, it's supposed to, okay. I've seen her videos, and I was like a little bit struck by, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything anyway. So anyway, so what was I gonna say? I'm gonna continue here. I'm gonna take the cards out. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Petty Joe. So Petty Joe. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm gonna say Jared. What is he? What is this? Jared? But I said, like Gladys said, I wish he would be indicted sooner before he sells out all the secrets. I feel like the thing with I feel like the thing with him, though, this is very stressful to say, but it's true. Okay, I feel like he's very dangerous, guys. I really believe that he's extremely dangerous. So I feel like essentially that whoever, you know, obviously Mueller and the people who are in charge of the investigation, they have to be very careful, because I think he honestly, I think he's capable of anything. Jared Kushner, I feel like Trump, you know, in a way, he's already kind of cuckoo. Okay, he is like a little crazy and so forth. But Jared, I feel like he just whoever he knows or he has is gonna go right to, like, fly over to somewhere and just sell it, like, right away. Okay, so I feel like it has to be done in a way that it's completely final. Okay, because I honestly, guys, I really believe that he is just I don't know how to go to compete. Okay, how you can compete with something, but I feel like he's very dangerous. Not just money desperate. Yes, he's money desperate, but more. There's something there where I feel like he's just has no way worse than Manafort. Way worse than Manafort. Yeah. Because Manafort is not in the government. You know, he has done many things, but he is not the president. Like, if he's not, okay, so it's very different when when you're like have access to this information, you are in the government, and you could affect the destiny of millions and millions of people just because you have access to this information. It's very dangerous. So I feel like this is why, you know, it's like, this is why I think honestly, bottom, like, I feel like, I'll say it, guys, I think Jared Kushner is the most dangerous person in the Trump administration by far. Even sometimes I think even more than Trump, because Trump, it's like he needs the adulation. So it's like, it's almost like easier to manipulate him, because as long as you flatter him, he does whatever he wants. Okay. And he's like, he'll go along. If you flatter him, he'll be like, oh, he likes me. Oh, great. Like, he's a great person. Let's talk. And he will, like, you know, blabber about everything. Hi, Dewana. So I just feel like that's the difference, you know, between them, is that, I don't know. And so anyway, so I feel like I feel like because they have to go down somehow together or right next to each other. Okay. So he'll be the last probably. They don't want people like him to be scared, although he is, I'm sure he is scared. But like, did you see the lawyer? This was amazing, guys. We haven't talked about it, but that lawyer guy, he was basically like he was indicted for lying to the FBI. So Jared lied 900 times to the FBI. Like just on that alone, he's going to go to prison. Just on that alone. More than Mueller? What do you mean more? Oh yeah, way more than Mueller because he's Mueller is not part of the family, right? So it's like the whole thing with Kushner is that to a lot of foreign governments, for example, the Saudis, who it is about the family. It's like, oh, let's do a deal with Kushner because he's part of Trump's family. Stephen Miller doesn't travel. You know, he's not the foreign person. He's not the foreign power person. 900. Yeah, see, he's already changed 90 times each, like on the form alone. Okay, so it's like, oh my God, yeah, I can't even. Okay, let's see. Just okay here. Jared Kushner, what has he done? Has he sold the secrets? Okay. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, guys. So about Jared. How was? Oh, I want to do this new way of doing things. So this is a person who's away from, you know, from his spiritual path. That's true, right? It's like kind of hopeless. And I feel like maybe this reflects his own place in the sense that he knows that it's almost kamikaze. Like I feel like he was obsessed about this stupid building of his. Okay, so this is meetings in person. Okay, meetings and conversations. Okay. And then we have here, this is a card, a belvedere, that means something coming soon. Okay, future plans or something coming soon. And another card of meetings. It's emphasizing that he has met with people, okay, and that there have been a lot of conversations. So I'm going to put this together here. Okay, see if I can connect all of them at once, see what happens. But yeah, he's being watched, exactly. Okay, so yeah, here we have out of hopeless, he's looking forward to something soon, meetings, talk, meetings and conversations. Okay, so then we have, well, it's funny, I'm doing this new style of display. I think this is good. So this is illusions, okay. Gran Consolazione, which is the card of, like you see the guy dreaming of money, a lot of money. This is considered the big money card in the Sibilla, okay. And then interesting, military person. This means many things. It means a lot of times it means aggression. Okay, it means, yeah, I think it means aggression. It means a person in the position of authority who enforces the laws. And this is a card of guilt. So either true guilt or kind of serious problems. Okay. So yeah, so that's kind of a big problemo here for him. And it's also like the card here is like castles in the air. Okay. And then we have Wheel of Fortune, which I think means he like this is a destiny in a positive way. It's like he wants to create a good situation for himself, right? So then we have gifts, right, which is the bouquet. It usually a lot of times means bribing. Rich girl, I think this, I've seen this before, is the Yvonne. Oh my God, look, there's a cat and woman with cats. And I think of it as Ivanka, but also it means material comforts, right? So generally a kind of like about money or wealth. And then this piacere, I think it's, oh my God, look, oh my God, where's my, oh, did I put away? Oh no, here it is. My favorite card, right? One of them. Oh my God. Oh no, he's gonna get bad news, Jared. No. So I feel like here, yeah, it's a bad, I think it's gonna be bad for him. This is a card of family or wedding, or I sometimes I see it a card of the country as well, because if it's a card of home, then if a person is involved with the entire country, then it's fair to say that this is a card of the country upside down. And conversazioni, so meetings and conversations with his associates, okay? And then an ending. Look, it's an ending for him. I think it's pretty clear. Oh, look. Oh my God, I hadn't noticed. You see this woman with a blue dress, a blue coat? Could be Ivanka. There she is. She's happy. Remember the other day it said that she was happy that he's going to jail, but it's like his career is sealed. Okay. So, okay. Oh my gosh, show her. Oh no. Oh my God. So I guess so. Oh. Okay, so this is a okay, loyalist. So we'll see. This is interesting, I think, here, because we see the country upside down, conversations, and an ending, and the loyalist. So what I feel like this does, and I'll show you guys now. Let's see if my new system works. Maybe I should have only done 3, not 4. Just doing and learning. Okay, so here we have. Try to see if I can put it all together, because I want to show the different systems together. I don't know if I'll be able to at the same time that we see, so that we can see this story. Okay. All right, so you can see that I think, let's see. Oh my God, it's a lot. Oh my God, am I sweating? It's okay. So anyway, so you can see what I wanted to show is that at the beginning, you see here, there's meetings and conversations, okay, in person. And then at the end, oh, it doesn't really quite work. It's too much. And then you have the conversation that brings an ending. Okay, so I guess what I'm thinking here, okay, is that essentially the conversations that he's had in the beginning, okay, this is like, this is the end. But here you see there's meetings, there's 2 cards together here, meetings and meetings and conversations, okay? He's soon, but this is a warning. This card is a card that says something's coming up really soon. And at first, so this is all, of course, at the same time. So he has kind of like an evil intent, you could say that. He's away from the good things. So he's having meetings and conversations that he has a sense of urgency about, okay? And then as it progresses, he buys into, he's like living in the castles in the air. He's worried about money. He talks to some people in government, so he's guilty. It's showing here that he has already talked to them about something. If the card is here, I think it's bad. Okay, so then I wanted to, and then soon, because remember how the soon card showed here, he has bad news. Okay, bad news. He thought he was gonna get the money. There's a conflict between his expectation and things happening faster than he can handle, meaning people are finding out. Okay, so here he has bad news. And it ends with the conversations coming to an end. And I think ultimately leading to an end, and an end of the loyalists, an end of the people who are loyal to this scheme and to turning the country upside down. Okay, so essentially, that's what I think. I think there's too many, and the tension here between, you know, him expecting all this money and then getting bad news. And the bad news, I'll show you these, like with the Sibylla cards. The bad news are ultimately about money, and like the expectation that he had that the money thing was going to work falls on his face. Okay, falls flat, and he just, the conversations end up being his downfall. Okay, he thought the conversation, like I said, initially it was going to be, you know, the thing that was going to get him off the hook and so forth. But I think they probably have some sort of like, see, it starts here, right? So he like first is like looking forward to something that's coming soon. He's looking at it from the mountain, right? So it's coming in. It's like he thinks all this money is coming, but then he has bad news, and the bad news are also about his conversations. So not only I think he doesn't get the money, or he may have got some money, I feel like because they're telling us that these conversations are here, they've been recorded somehow, or they've been passed on to someone. I have a feeling. Okay. All right. So that's that, guys. So for this part, we'll leave it like this, right? I think it's clear what has happened. Okay, their money. Yeah, not because, but I think, no, Julie, I think they're not going on vacation. It's their work. His job is to talk to foreign governments. So he goes with the excuse to discuss foreign policy. Instead, he sells foreign policy and influence of the U.S. government as an exchange for these, like, how do you say it? You know, for like investments in info companies. We have seen it happen already with China, right? You know what I mean? It's kind of like that's how it is. So, okay. All right. So let me like move forward, okay, here a little bit to see. Does Mueller know? Does Mueller have proof of this? Okay. Does Mueller know? Does Mueller sold out assets exactly? So let's see, what does Mueller know about this? Like, does Mueller have proof of this, or does it? What does Mueller know about this? Okay, let's see, what does he know? Here. Okay, so interesting. So this is like this is a female energy of some sort. I'm like, oh, is this Jared? No, I feel like this is I wonder if this could be Ivanka. I don't know. This is basically, also it could be that he's in a position of power. He's not the king, but he could sort of be the queen. Okay, so this is a card of la superbia, means pride. So he goes there kind of thinking, you know, he's the shit, but he's a snake. So Mueller knows, because the question is, what does Mueller know? Okay, so he goes there with a kind of like an excuse to have the facade job. Mueller knows he's a snake, and he's the main person. I think this is him, definitely. So he knows he's a double-sided person. He knows And I think if we think about it, of course, in terms of national security, he's a snake, like literally meaning he sells stuff, okay? And then I think this one that I'm going to show is very clear, okay? It's kind of a little scary, but this is also a card of travel, right? So it's a card of a person moving on, but it's ultimately a card of travel. So if you think about it, like he travels for the foreign policy, right? And then a letter means, it also means contracts. It doesn't just mean, it means anything that's written. So I think he travels to get contracts for the child, meaning the president, to make him happy. This is a happiness card, okay? So I feel like Mueller is saying that flamboyant snake, exactly. Sort of like his role is to travel, meaning to use the US government's, his job in the US government to secure contracts for the child, to make the child happy, to make the president happy, not in the sense of the US interests, but the business of the family. That's his real job, is to travel to get contracts for the family, the president's business, to make the president's business work, not the country. That's why I think this is very clear, okay? And that in a way, if you look at here, at what it's saying is that this is like, he has this role as like a facade. This is a card of facade, also pride, right? But he has this appearance of one thing, but it's another. He's a snake. So he's like, oh, look, it's Jared. He has a portfolio of projects, but no, he doesn't. The only job for him is to go to these foreign powers, get contracts for the family, and that's it. So, okay, so that's what Mueller, I think this is very clear too. So now let's see here quickly with Israel. Yeah, this is, and I asked the question about what Mueller knows in terms of like specifically only related to this work outside, okay? So that's what it's showing. He knows that he travels to get contracts for the family business. All right, so now let's see, I said before, let's just do an intro, like basically a little bit about each country that we know he has dealt with, which is Israel first, because we know that Israel is, like Netanyahu is, going down apparently, okay? So, okay, so we have, and then it's like, okay. So then, okay, so this is Israel, okay? So disappointment, victory, or focus. All right. Livy, I don't know, are you, maybe I've missed you. Are you new? What's your, have you commented before? I just want to make sure I understand, like, I don't know, I just want to make sure I understand where I'm coming from. So anyway, so this is a gloomy thought. So there's disappointment and gloomy thoughts. So maybe it's like, this is also a card of warning, meaning worry. Okay, so it could be a person who's like, it's like a warning not to do something wrong, or when you have done something wrong. Okay, so back fat cats. So anyway, so I feel like this is work. So something about something he has done. Oh, okay, okay. All right. No, but I just so you, for what was, just tell me, like, so I remember the context of your comments before, just so I know. I mean, it doesn't matter. LJ, I don't know. It's okay. It doesn't matter. I don't know. So anyway, so here we have, he's worried about some work that he may have done. Okay, so it's possible that there's some guilt there. Okay, consolante surpresa means, again, he's trying to another. Oh, look, Vinny. Okay, okay. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Oh. Okay. So all of the. Okay. So anyway, so this is a person collecting money, literally, right? So you see, he went there to collect money. Okay. And fortuna means to get like a name or get fortune. That's like he went there to work and to, I think, close deals. And this is a card of tree, meaning family. Okay, and this is the boss. Could also be a mother card. Okay, so I feel like, you know, what I'm getting here about his connection to Israel is that he was very committed to it. He was very like forceful about it. Okay, and he's worried that there's something there, guys. The gloomy thoughts is like when a person is like, he may have made a mistake. Okay, something about something he's done. And I feel like maybe, and I do believe, and I know, obviously I know he's Jewish, so I feel like, I wonder if there's somebody in the family there, because it's giving the tree card here. I wonder, I really wonder. I feel like there's something bad, you know, with this, with him. Okay. And I pulled some more cards to see if this is like, if this is bad, like if this is, how do you say it? If this is going to add to his indictment or something like that. And it's here, sacerdote means a priest, meaning a counselor, or like a high level, highly developed person in some way. So speedy means hopes, like he's like kind of castles in the air again. Okay, I think. So that's Israel. All right. And I'll show you guys. I'll just put these together. Now we have to move on to China, right? I want to do China. And then I want to do Russia and Saudi Arabia. So next is China. And I'm getting, okay, well, I don't want to over talk about this, but I feel like there's a sense where he wanted to like make his family more prominent than it is. That's why I think also Israel was important to him. But I think he realizes that he made a mistake and that it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to backfire on him. Okay, so that's China. Okay, so here we have a heartbreak and a person in isolation. And I feel like what this tells me, and I remember reading this story about him and him talking to like this Chinese ambassador right at the beginning, and how he went, it's almost like he's a freelancer, how they say, you know, they use this term freelancer. Like he was on his own. He was just trying to like trying to get this, like, try to like be clever. Okay, try to do stuff on his own. And this is like, pensiero means a person thinking of strategy, thoughtfulness. But underneath we have la nemica. So he's trying to work out a strategy with an enemy. That's literally what it's saying, okay? And expectation, meaning he wants something, okay? He wants something. And he's a fake person here. Another card that in a way it's like the enemy. But I think this is about him. He wants something from somebody, either somebody who can't be trusted or that he himself can't be trusted. And he wants something. There's an agenda, essentially, it's saying here. But that there's going to be news. You know, the sun always brings like truth to the fore, and it becomes news. So whatever he's done in China is going to be public. Okay. And this is interesting because it's la fedeltà, meaning loyalty. Okay. And this is interesting because death. It's a weird combination. It's almost like the loyalties he has are going to come, not just come to an end, but are going to bring death to it. Don't you think? Death in a bigger scale, right? So his goal, if you look at this dog, I love dogs, by the way. The dog is kind of like focused on something, right? So what does he really, if you think of him as a dog, like what does he really care about? He cares about furthering the interests of his family. So it's just like, I don't know. It's like it's yeah. So I feel like this is gonna, you know, I feel like the thing here with China, it's that he's like, he went with the intention to really get something out of them, and they were smarter than he is, of course. Okay, and he thinks it's like he's, yeah, I just feel like he thought he was gonna, you know, make a deal or something. And then yeah, and that's it. Okay, guys. So sorry. Yeah, and this is interesting. So I pull out the two cards at the end to see if like it's going to become part of some sort of guilty plea or add to indictment. And this is a married woman. I think in the sense here is about partner, right? So it's about their partnership or the deal or something. And here becomes the mensajeres. So it means there will be messages of their deal. Okay, there are messages already of this. So sorry, Kushner. Yeah. So that's him. Okay. And now let's move on to Russia. Oh my God. I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry, Jared. I'm so sorry, Jared. Yeah. So this is lots of euphemisms. Really? No. So this is like upside down, okay? And this is losing track of details, okay? So weakness. Sick, malato, he's sick. And this is the crazy people, deliranti. So I feel like this is also causing harm in a way, right? So it's a person who's been harmed or harming through crazy. There's something, it's interesting. Let's see what happens. And this is the lady card, which is always Russia, right? So it's a Russia card in the Russia reading in network, or the dreams of Russia, which is even worse. So they made a deal, success and love, right? So they got married. And there's a letter. So there's communication. There's communication proving this, okay? And I think what it means, it's interesting. I wonder, okay, so this is like, he's in a weak position to deal with them. And I think he's been, I don't, guys, I'm not saying this literally, okay, but I feel like he's been poisoned by them. Like this is a person who's sick, but he's been poisoned by their ideas in the sense that but the ideas, the crazy ideas that he has been sickened with only helps to further their interests. Okay, this is interest, the goal of interests. Okay, and this is a card of like, again, the deal and the letter. So he made a deal of some sort and there's a letter. There's ways to prove this. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, he's not, I feel like too big for his breeches, okay? And like he kind of has been fooled, because here we have melancholia, means this sadness, depressed about money. He wants the money badly, and I don't think they gave it to him quite the way he wanted, quite as much as he wanted, okay? I wonder here. I feel like I feel like the Russians, they're so much smarter. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, they played him, I think, essentially, in many ways. And then finally, Saudi Arabia. Interesting. This is kind of interesting, actually. It's not super, okay, so this is like he can't sleep, and there's some shady people. Okay, and he's like, either he's acting this way or he's like super worried about something that happened there. And then this is grief and adversity because a lot of money. I feel like that, you know, out of all the cards here, guys, out of all the things that I have shown here, okay, I feel like this is the worst of them, I think, so far here, Saudi Arabia. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of problems for him as a result of the money that he got out of them. Something here, okay? And this is Casa. Means this could be their palace. Remember how he went over there and he had, this is kind of funny, guys. Well, not funny, but this is like, you know, this reminds me, I did a reading on him, like what he went to do over there. And I said that, you know, he vibed with the guy, the prince there, and they like got along. So this is could be the house of the prince or the White House, but I think it could be the prince because here we have a Lamante. So he's like, oh, I love him. MBS and I, we got along so well. Oh, look at us. Oh my God. So it's just like, I feel like there's a love there, maybe. The amante. Oh my God, look, they're together. They love each other. Okay. And this is an interesting garden. It means lots of people or society. And dotard. So I wonder if also it means like that there's some sort of like land or something about for dotard, or there's something public dotard. So we'll see. We'll see what this, just see here what it means more. Yeah, deal. Yeah, I feel like it's some to make a public, something that affects them publicly. Now this is bad for him because this is foreign influence in prison. Okay. So I feel like I said before, out of all the cards here, I feel like the ones for Saudi Arabia are the worst, in the sense that he's going to face even more consequences of like whatever he has done there. It's pretty bad. In this, I mean, what I mean by that is in terms of the legal consequences of what Mueller is gonna yeah, and I don't know exactly what it is, Diane, but I feel like it's like it's just the cards themselves, okay? The types of cards that show here, I feel like, for example, there's a sense of like a lot of his cards have a sense of naivete, or like he thought he was like really big and like a big prince or something, but like everything becomes deflated and reality hits. But here it's showing that whatever he has done, it should give, like there's grief and adversity in terms of money, meaning it's going to affect his money somehow. Okay, whatever comes out of this is going to come out. It's going to take like another thing about his money, and it's going to show that there's enough to take him to prison. He's bound by this. Okay, so I just feel like if I look at the other cards, yes, they are bad. Yes, the stuff that he has done is kind of like, it's like he's out of his mind, like he can't see reality. Okay, so Gwendolyn, this is like, she asked, what connection did Jared have with the purge of royals in Saudi Arabia? I feel like I would have to do a whole other reading to find out. Okay, basically, I feel like this is not for the reading right now, because we need to know what he has done that is going to affect the Mueller investigation. I feel like we need to focus on this, but I feel like you know, it's okay, but it's just more like I feel like he's made some sort of deal with them. Okay, and it's always like somebody expecting money. I'll show you here. For example, he he's loyal to something. It brings his death. Like he wants something. Or here we have the counsel of somebody wise, but he's like, oh, he wanted something else. It's always like the sense of like he has an idea that's not related to reality. Okay, and then things kind of go wrong or something. You know what I mean? I feel like feel like that's that. And let's see what happens to him as a result, like, of all these deals. Yeah. Oh, look. Yeah. Sorry. Oh. Yeah, I feel like it affects, it's bad, okay? So this is like the moon and the judgment. So I feel like all the stuff that he has done that's kind of hidden and stuff like that, and then he wasn't thinking about very thoroughly, it's going to come into judgment and theft. So as theft, okay? And court. So the shady stuff that he's done is going to go, like, is going to be part of legal problems for him. And he's happy here to be light. Like, he thought this was all like, oh my god, it's just see him doing business or whatever. Oh, bye, Lavinia. So but then yeah, the deals, it's showing here, the deals that he has made are going to create long-term problems for him. Okay, so I feel like ultimately yeah, I feel like ultimately these things are going to affect him, like in that way legally. Like, I think there's no way around it, especially whatever he has done. I think it's like a large amount of money that he may have gotten from Saudi Arabia. Okay, something like that. And then okay, I'm gonna close my eyes, guys, to see if there's anything else about these foreign deals, okay, that are related to Kushner. Okay, so what about Kushner and foreign deals and all this stuff he has done with these different countries? Okay, so I feel like he's talking to, before the presidency starts, he's talking to Ivanka, and he's like, Ivanka's like, no, I've always gone to these countries. It's like really in the middle of nowhere. They give us so much more money. It's so much better. You could just go over there and like, it's gonna be like they just give us a lot more. And they're kind of like, I feel like she's telling him that like these people are she's implying that they're kind of dumb. So he kind of does that. He does this, if he acts like he's out there, working for the US government, and his attitude when he meets the people, it's like, oh, they're so happy to meet me because I'm so special. I am like a member of the royal family or whatever. So they're only lucky to talk to me and to help me because I could sell them the highest stuff and they won't even budge. That's his attitude. So then he realizes that a lot of people, is showing here too, that they're kind of like, they would give carrot stick kind of at like a strategy. Like they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, we'll do something, but never really follow through. And he gets even more and more desperate because he knows he's risked. And I don't think he understood that he would be recorded every time that there's a lot of people watching him. So I feel like like all of it for him was a means to get these deals, to get this money they needed, or he needed, and to kind of hide it under foreign policy. Okay, but because they see themselves as like kind of like above, upper class or something, but the things don't end up materializing the way they want, and the people that they talk to, they realize now they were corrupt. Like they don't understand the concept of like corruption, in the sense that you can't work for the government and do these things at the same time. You can do either or, but not both. So they're like, oh, these people, they were corrupt, like obviously, right? So yeah, I feel like the thing with Israel is like people who are friends with their family or people they wanted to impress, and they realize that, yeah. And Russia, like the whole thing with it's showing here, the thing with the crazy people, the crazy card and sickness is like, there's something where Jared worked with the bots. They worked with a technology plan to like turn things around, and yet again they didn't get the money the way he wanted. But he has no power. He's dumb. He doesn't understand these things. So, and then with Saudi Arabia, yeah, he did get some sort of transfer, some financial transfer that's stuck somewhere. He's like, oh, finally I got something. But it's going to be the biggest headache for him because he's not that smart. He doesn't know. He's made mistakes already with this. And China, yeah, they're kind of like, they're laughing at him. Like, he's so dumb too. And he was, yeah, it's the thing about the visas too. It's like he's he pushed it too hard, like he was too obvious about it, okay? And so he's like an amateur at the same time, okay? So all these things kind of like, and the image I get is like the theater curtain opens. He doesn't understand that he's being watched the whole time, and that all these things have consequences, okay? So guys, okay. So anyway, I just opened my eyes here and I'm looking at what you guys said. So yeah, it's just like, that's what I'm getting about him, okay? Yeah. It's like the curtain, the last thing, the images end with like the curtain being pulled. And like, oops, we've been watching you all along. Okay, so it's like, oh, what? I was just talking to them. I was just like talking. And then, you know, and I feel like it's showing me, even show me her, like they're so arrogant. Like they think they can not only get away with this, but convince people of their bullshit. When all these people in most countries, people who work in diplomacy and foreign services and intelligence are very, very, very smart. They're not dumb. They're not in a position of, they're not the, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, not the average Trump voter, in the sense that the people who they need more than just kind of bullshit, okay? You know, they need more than like, oh, but everything's going to be great. Okay, no, they need, like, they're not dumb. They're professional, right? They're trained, unlike him, right? So you know, they had careers, hello, meaning there's years and years and years of trying, you know, of like doing things, and he just shows up and thinks that he's, you know, he's like a royal person or whatever. So yeah, so I feel like that's it. It's showing that a lot of things haven't, you know, the one here about Saudi Arabia, that there has been a deposit, okay, and that's gonna, the other things are conversations, like it said before, right? It said that the conversations are recorded. There's a couple here of the conversations, but it's more like, I think his main concern is how is he gonna get the money? How? Okay, he wants to know how. And he doesn't, it's like he doesn't, I feel like I get a sense of desperation from him at the same time. I'm just like, I'm trying to think, like he's like, hi, I'm Jared, like, I'm a princess or something, like, you're lucky to know me, or I don't know how to explain it. Sort of like he acts like people should fawn over him, and at the same time, like, well, I have something to sell. It's a building that I need some investors for. Oh, I don't know how, you know, or however, whichever way, but it's like he made a bad deal. He should have, I don't know what, like just sold it or something. I don't know, get rid of it. But instead, he's trying to push it. The whole thing with like them, like, look at these random countries, like whatever. What do we even know about them? They are thinking these people are stupid. No, they're not stupid. They were just laundering money. That's why they overpaid. You know. So I just feel like, he thought he was just gonna, you know, show up, and people are gonna treat him nicely because of who he is or whatever. As if, you know, how do I get started with the whole of Kennedys, you know, comparison? But it's like, it's not, no, who are you? Who do you think you are? Like, literally, okay? It's like, they don't understand that they're not as high up as they thought they were. There's all facade. It's not like they actually came from, like, have a lot of money. I feel like they just have that and stuff. So yeah, so I feel like the money is tracked. Whichever money, everything is tracked. Okay. And I feel like that's it. It's like, forget it. Like, you think you're clever, you're not. So that's how it is. Okay, for Jared. Oh my God. Okay, guys. Oh my God. Can't. Frozen. So guys, you see where it says the time live? There's a time here. You say get audio video help. Okay, this is here. You can, I'm gonna put the link here. Okay. Okay. If it freezes, okay, the link, if it, okay, so that's it. It's Jared. I feel like he has done these deals with them. And I feel like I see him so out of his depth, guys, so out of his depth. And it's not like he was a person, for example, I know a lot of the candidates, they had advisors, they had people who had a lot of experience who helped them. I think he's kind of acting alone in some way. Okay, like sort of like trying to act with people that are like way above him, like way smarter than he is, and he doesn't get it. Yeah. Yeah, no, totally. So, okay, so next, okay, guys, so any other questions for Hilarious? Yeah, no. So what do I think about, okay, that's an important question. Okay, so let me just pull out more, just a couple. Yeah, I feel like he's not going to lose the security clearance because like I said, it's like, this is what he does. He goes to these places and he like needs to talk to them about this big deal things. And without the security clearance, it will become like the people in these other countries will not want to meet with him because they feel like, who's this guy? He's just like like America is not a monarchy. Like they understand that the whole point is corruption, but at the same time, he's not going to get it the way he wants because he doesn't have what is the word? It's like, I feel like he's just, okay, is it going to be removed by the security clearance issue? Let me just ask quickly. No, this is already, hold on. Oh no, okay. What's this? Yeah, this was, okay, hold on. Will he still be there? Okay. Yeah, guys, I don't really think that he is going to leave. I really don't. Okay. And I feel like, so I asked the question, is he going to be removed by, like by the security? So here's the cards that came up. So this is like 6 of Cups. Upside down is the old-fashioned values, bigotry. It's also children. And sometimes I feel like family. So I feel like this being upside down, it could mean that it's the family connection that's prioritized, even though it's shady, right? So right here we have Mueller with the lion. So he's like, you think you're clever, huh? Whatever, bitches. And you have like Mueller and Trump. So I feel like Mueller is gonna remove him. Okay, here's aggression. And I was thinking about this too, guys. Militare, what does it mean in the sense? Like, I was thinking that it has come up recently a lot, but I feel like what it could mean is that Mueller is going to go very aggressively towards what is this fox behind the scenes. So Mueller is going to be like a military, right? It's going to be a military operation to go after his business dealings. And this is like Trump and the old lady, meaning old deals, stuff from before, and heart. So I feel like all he does is go out, do stuff for the family, right? To get his business dealings. But Mueller is on top and is gonna go after him. I just feel like essentially, guys, I think what this is saying, he's only gonna go down with Trump. When Mueller gets to Trump, he goes, okay? And Mueller is gonna be like an army. Okay, so like you know those movies where like the FBI, whatever, like that's gonna be like hardcore up like I think Mueller's gonna treat him like a terrorist, okay? Which in a way he is, right? Like he's putting a lot of us under threat. So it's just like that's when Mueller gets Trump, he gets him too. He gets all the stuff that comes before and around. But there's like all these issues, okay? So yeah, because I honestly, guys, I see it's interesting. I'll show you here at the bottom here. You see happiness and love, and this is Trump. So in some ways, you could say that the purest form of love is family, right? There's another card on top alluding to family, and this is old lady, meaning like the old connections, right? So the connection to the family, and the values of this family. So it's almost sad, although it's not really, because I don't care about him. But I feel like he's part of the family. You can't, it's almost like they are the same person, Trump and Kushner. They're not, but you know what I mean? It's sort of like they are part of the same organization. Maybe there's going to be a RICO against him, right? So, but essentially, I think what it's saying is only when Mueller comes that he's going to go, because the Trump kids are, you know, remember how we forgot about, because it's so crazy. He brought the entire family into the White House, right? Except for Eric. It's wrong, but it's saying here that, like, only, this is kind of horrible, guys. Only Mueller can go after him, right? Can go like a, you know, like a soldier, go after him and his back dealings. Only like that. He's not gonna move. He's not gonna move his ass out of the White House unless Mueller comes. Isn't that crazy? It's like he's not gonna. It's like not me. It's like, oh, I think his attitude is like, oh, I'm so special. I'm rich. I am whatever. Like, oh, I'm Jared. I'm pretty. I went to Harvard because my dad paid. Like, it's like he has that sense of what's the word? Entitled rich kid, even though he's actually not that rich. You know what I mean? It's all a facade. So it's just like, it's interesting, right? Who's protecting Mueller? Yeah. So it's just like, what do you mean? When no, I think he's you know, he's fine. Mueller's fine. We've said this before. His dad cheated, his broke. So yeah. So I feel like that's it. He's not leaving, guys. But he's only going to leave when Trump leaves. Okay, because like I said, he thought that by getting to the government he would solve his problems, but he's not. Like, what you know, if he were, if think about it, if his business were going well, he would be like, oh, I'm fine. You know, I'm so glad that I have, you know, my father-in-law is in the government, but now I'm running my real estate business or whatever, right? If it was a normal thing. Because if you really were committed to the family business, then like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do both. But no, he's just like a dilettante who's throwing everything at it's very dangerous, right? He doesn't know who he's dealing with. He's not professional. He's not that smart. So we pay the price for this. No, truly, right? So, okay. Oh my God. So his arrogance, yeah. So guys, so that's that. Now so what's next, guys? I'm just a little bit concerned about the time. We have time, but I just want to move on to another topic, okay? We have the Alpha Bank, the oligarchs, and what else? What else? Yeah, just oh my God. The lawyer. That's right, the lawyer and the Alpha Bank. The same thing. Not the same thing, but is Manafort going to flip? I think Julie asked, I wonder what will happen to 6. I think it's going to be repossessed if it's not already. Okay. Neo oligarchs to Manafort going to flip. Okay, let's see. Let me just ask, okay? Because I'm gonna. Yeah, that's a good question. Manafort, Alpha Bank. Yeah, I had seen before. I didn't think, you know what, I remember, I can do it quickly, like just to see if it's gonna flip or not. I think what happens to Manafort is that he tries to be clever and he doesn't give him the information that Mueller wants, and Mueller's like a lot, you know, like he doesn't trust him, or like he's not, how do you say, he's not completely forthcoming, so then he loses the small window that Mueller gives him. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he goes because I feel like he was like, he said, yeah, let's make a deal. But then he doesn't give, you know, because if you're going to make a deal, you have to really give a lot of information. Okay, and if you don't, then they like get angry, and they like, you know, it gets even worse for you, because it's like you try to be clever. Okay, let's see. And I wonder if it's like, you know, okay, so what does Paul Manafort flip? Will Manafort flip? Because then we can ask about the, okay, Will Manafort flip. But I think it's a matter of ego, right? It's like these people, I don't know what, like. But did you see today the news that, like, I don't understand how, I honestly don't get it. He was like, he promised a job in the White House to some banker person in exchange for getting a $16 million like loan. Like, why do you need a $16 million loan? Like, I think he just spends so much money. And I read this before, that he's like, he's very like, he spends money like water, and he lives way above his means. So I feel like it's so strange. Like, you think these people are quote unquote rich, but none of them seem to have any money. They owe money. Okay. It's so strange. It's like they're kind of like desperate, because it's all like, all of them seem to be like a joke, you know, like kind of like a facade. It's not real. Okay. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So Manafort. I'm going to try to be a little faster. Okay, Will Manafort flip? Okay, so interesting. So he's like turning, his world is turned upside down, obviously, and he can't sleep. Okay, that's the emotion. Now, this is interesting because it's like great happiness to who? To the baby, to the child. So I don't know. Obviously, this is not true, right? Because the happiness, he would not cause any of this would cause happiness to the child. But it could also mean that this has to do with turning the world upside down, turn the fortune of the child, the happiness of the child upside down. And this is a lettera upside down, which means negative document or negative something bad news about something that's going to affect the White House. Okay, negative document, something bad that affects the White House. And this shows him talking and having meetings. Okay, and an offer. They've made it an offer. I feel like this is showing that this is like, he has stuff that could dramatically impact the White House and change the fortune of the president, and that he's talking and he has offers. Okay, now I don't, let's see what I feel like, okay, let's see. Okay, let's see the outcome of these offers. Does it really talk? Does it give information? Does it collaborate with the government? Does it plea? Okay, what happens? Hmm. Okay, so I feel like this could be him, okay? Or either, who knows, maybe Gates or someone. This is him and Justice upside down. So Justice is not friendly towards him. This is a woman upside down, and Amante upside down. I wonder if this is Viaggio, meaning, oh, this could be, I wonder. This is like shady stuff that happened out, abroad. Guilt that makes him guilty. But he's loyal to whoever. I feel like his loyalty is going to make him guilty. I wonder if he decides not to be and makes the White House guilty because he's connected. This is a journey. So again, journey twice. Foreign contacts, okay? White House. Guilt. He's guilty. It's showing he's guilty, guys. I feel like, okay, let me close my eyes and see if I understand more. Let me understand more. What's the deal here? What's going to happen to Manafort? I feel like he's very like desperate. He's like kind of crying like this. Oh my God, no! Like talking to someone. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I feel like he's looking at his age, okay, and he feels like he doesn't want. I feel like the pain of talking, of having to like admit the guilt. This is, I think, what is. I'm trying to think here. I just feel like, because I'm thinking a trial would also be like just as bad, but I feel like he does not want to admit guilt and testify against someone. Because in a trial, he could at least fight. He's thinking, he can fight it. He has his own word. But if he admits guilt, then he's gonna be. It's almost like an ego thing for him, okay? Because it's not like he's gonna get away unscathed, okay? So tell me about Mueller. What is Mueller going to do to him, or what's going to happen here? Who wins, or how does it work? Does he really talk? It's showing that let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Interesting. Yeah, prison twice, guys. So emperor, it could be the person in power. And I want to, what's funny? I was thinking too, this could be some Russian person, or you see that the outfit is almost looks like Eastern Europe. Okay, kind of like, what's the word for that era? You see the outfit, like the hat looks a little bit like Orthodox, Greek Orthodox a little bit. So they have that connection. So I almost feel like either it could also be Trump, but I feel like it's somebody very powerful. And he's like Prigione. Okay, Russian Orthodox, yes. So this is like a Prigione card. And somebody, it's funny, one person commented once on YouTube and said that Prigione upside down means leaving prison. So I feel like it could also mean that he wants to leave prison. Okay, and this is a snake. Again, maybe being a snitch about the lady. Okay, this is, I do think, I feel like he's saying not going to prison would mean to snitch, to talk about what he knows. So he's being very aggressive. Okay, and this makes him sick. So he's sick. It could also be that he's actually literally sick, but that it's causing harm in a way. Okay, so he has caused, could also be he caused harm, so he may have to go to prison, and be everything because of the child of Trump. Okay, but at the end we have prison anyway, whether he likes it or not. It looks like he's going to prison twice. So I just feel, guys, he's going to jail anyway. Okay, he's going down. I don't think, honestly, if I were him, I just don't think the issue here really is at all. Like, I think he should be worried about the government, but he's thinking about the people abroad, and he's like, I think he's trying to be clever. He's a snake here. He's trying to be like, and also the snake here may show that he may have actually, he's saying I have 30 minutes left. So, but I just think it's showing here that he may have actually in some ways probably betrayed Trump, right? He may have tried to sell things. I just feel like he's going down. He's going to prison, definitely. Yeah, but in Maryland saying Trump's not going to pardon him. No way. He hopes Trump will pardon. Yeah. Trump is like, he only cares about himself. He's more worried about betraying the Russians. Yeah. So I feel like even it could also be that for him, it's between Russia and prison. Like both are bad. Okay. He's going to die or he's going to get killed. I don't see him here getting killed. I just feel like for him, it's prison versus prison. Okay. And I don't honestly, I see that what I see here between, let's see here, what's the option between what happens if it talks and what happens if it doesn't talk? What happens if it doesn't talk first? Okay. What happens if it talks? What will be his final decision? What will be his final decision here? I think he won't talk, guys. Okay, because I feel like, okay, so because this is like, so I pull the cards for what if he doesn't talk? Okay, so he's in a weak position. He can't handle things. There's news that affect his reputation. And he gets a letter from the crazy people. He's a messenger of the crazy people, and it's like he's been getting all this like money for a long time. If he talks, it's a little bit better. It's like being kind of isolated, makes a deal with someone. The government makes a deal with the government. It's like he could, it's a hope to get high honors or like get something like that, and to be a partner with a powerful person, like maybe to do the right thing. But I think I asked, so what does he decide to do ultimately? And this is literato. It means somebody who is educated, okay, or could be like also artist or somebody. I feel like it's like it's like his personality, or like he has the, how do you say it? He has life experience. Okay, so he loves the baby. He loves the child, like Trump in some way. He has a big ego, and he dies. So I feel like in a way it's saying, like Trump, he has a big ego. Okay, he has his own way of working. He's been doing this for a long time. He likes what he has, proud of what he has done, and that is his downfall. Okay, so in a way, it's like he's showing here that the pride comes before fall. Sad news, deal, Mueller, Trump, and false person. Yeah, I don't, guys, I feel like he's kind of wavering, and I don't know. I think the cards say no ultimately, but because we have here below sad news, so there's sad news for him. He was happy with the deal that he made, with whatever he was doing before. And then we have the child, and there's Mueller right below the child. So he's full of pride, and here's Mueller right next to Trump. And in the end, Trump is a false person, and so is he, and he dies. So I feel like, guys, honestly, for him, the problem is that it's bad either way. And I feel like he does not want to give in the information that he wants. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here I pulled out. So here's the loyalty. to the enemy has been his strategy. So I somehow, guys, I could be wrong, and this is, you know, there's many ups and downs here for him. I just don't get the feeling that he talks. Okay. I feel like, considering the difference between him and Rick Gates, is that Rick Gates has a life ahead of him. And that in comparison, this guy, he's in a lot of trouble, financial trouble, all kinds of trouble. It's not like he has a good way or a bad way. It's like it's bad for him regardless. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's it. Okay. For him. So I think the answer is no. He's going to think about it. Okay. Does Mueller need, okay. Let's see 1 second. Okay. Okay. Does Mueller, okay. Let's just, yeah. Okay. Hold on. Okay. What's, I feel like Mueller wanted him to testify. Mueller wanted, I think that maybe that's the big part of like what he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to testify. And so he wants him to testify. He wants the story. He doesn't want to do that. And so I feel like what it's showing was that Rick Gates actually gives a lot of information, because Rick Gates handled a lot of details, and Paul Manafort was not a detail person necessarily. So what Rick Gates gives is actually enough, and he finds the documents that he needs. Okay, I don't think that's, Trump has enough dirt that can sink him regardless. Okay, I think he has a lot of contacts, a lot of experience working in Russia, but so does Rick Gates, because they've worked together for a long time. Like, he's older, but Rick Gates has been there, especially towards like now. And I feel like Rick Gates is saying that he overspends. He's a little bit crazy. He's like a gambler kind of personality. Okay. So I feel like, yeah, that's what I feel like. So I just, yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Information based on, I just don't think that he. I feel like Gates was the guy who worked the hardest there. You know, he was, Rick Gates, I mean, Manafort was like the old timer guy who, like, you know, spent more and worked a little bit less. Luciana, Will Gates, of course, that's how I've said it many times. He's flipping with Mueller. That's the point. That's the entire reason. I've said, there's several readings I've said that Gates has, like, from the very beginning, he's gonna flip. He's flipped, seriously flipped. So yeah, so that's it. That's why, you know, and they're business partners. So he did. Well, I guess it hasn't been completely official publicly, but yeah, he has. A lot of people are saying already that publicly that he has flipped, definitely. Right, guys. I mean, I think I've read the news that they said, oh, that looks like he's flipping and so forth. Maybe it's not completely official yet. Yeah, no, he has. So that's that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let me just, like, guys, we don't have a lot of time. So let me try to, like, I want to also do the Alpha Bank, okay? Because I feel like it's kind of, this is the guy who was charged. The importance of him is that he's the son-in-law of the Alpha Bank owner, okay? And that's a big deal because he's a big important. This is. I'm not saying that I don't know. The people say, you know, Liz Mensch, she's a little crazy. This and that. I don't know, but I feel like she's written about this Alpha Bank thing, and I feel like just the fact that it's I feel like it's connected to money laundering. It's not just, it's like he knows a lot, this guy, the lawyer, because of his family connections. Okay, so his wife is pregnant. Okay, so he has reasons why he needs to talk, but he could take down the whole thing. So tell me about this, you know, this lawyer that was arrested. I mean, that's his pled guilty in Alfa Bank. Well, what's going to happen to, what's the relation? What's going to happen? Does he know anything about Alfa Bank? Tell me about this lawyer and this lawyer in Alfa Bank. What does he know about Alfa Bank, and what's going to happen? What will be the final decision about what's going to happen to Alfa Bank in general as a result of the Mueller investigation? Exactly. Yeah, what's the deal with the, you know, what's going to happen? What's the deal with, tell me about this guy. Tell me about Alfa Bank in terms of the Mueller investigation and what happens. Like, what is the verdict on Alfa Bank as a result? Okay. I'm going to close here just so I can focus so we can have, okay. All right. So bank. Okay. Then Alfa Bank. Okay, guys, I just want to look at all these things at once. Will Mueller take their money away? I just want to, sorry, Mueller take their money away. Okay. Okay, so I was just like looking at a lot of cards now, guys. So okay, all right. So okay, guys. So anyways, so in terms of this guy in Alfa Bank, I feel like victory something. I feel like they're related to, there's something about the election here indeed, okay? So this is victory, something not work out, like people are upset, something not working out right. There's a connection here. Something about a trip, connection, negative foreign influence with the enemy, and strategy. So there's the relationship between the strategy, foreign influence, and that for a long time, been double agents that are guilty. Okay. So this guy helped something related to this strategy, meetings, a lot of money that ends up in court. So I feel like he helped with this strategy of the foreign government to like make it look so that they could mask the money somehow, okay? And then in terms of the Alfa Bank, this is like heartbreak, loyalty twice here, loyal, and theft. So we have something like they do anything to like, yeah, the same bank that it's like, I'll show you more cards here to make, I think it'll make a bit more sense. Okay, so here we have a woman, like some sort of female energy, a powerful person. L'amante, it could mean the main male person, okay? Let's just say that this is the actual bank. Okay, this is here. So they're loyal to this. It could be Russia, right? It could just say here. I just need to look at all the cards together in order, and then money, again, money, financing, the letter, connection, financing, attack. Now I want to, let me just do this like this. I have to show you this. This is like, okay, theft, letter could be data, attack. I feel like there's something about them where they help, this Alpha Bank helps fulfill the, create whatever chaos, whatever it is that they align to, that they are loyal to, because it's 12, it's showing very strong loyalty. It creates theft of something in an attack. So they probably steal information in some way or other. Okay, it could be data, because the whole thing, the whole argument about Alpha Bank was that they stole data, they helped cleanse data, something like that. Okay, so we have, and towards the end here, we have in the dark of the middle of the night, they were like, they did these things, sort of shady things. This is a lady, crazy, like young lady who's a little lost, that benefited the family through aggression. So I just feel like there's something about this Alpha Bank, almost as if they were like, it's not that they're a fake bank, but like there's something there where there's more than meets the eye. Okay, although we do have one card that relates to money, okay, that shows that this could also be a way to pay the people that are involved here. Okay, so this, you can see the loyal people get money if they are in the family. Okay, we have the loyal people again do kind of like silly things. Okay, so that's kind of, I feel they're involved in some sort of attack. I really think that they are like involved, and it could truly be the whole thing with the computers. Now I'll show you what happens. Okay, so there's a decision. This is like what happens as a result of the Mueller investigation. This is business upside down. So the decision turns the business upside down, and there's money problems. Another money card. It's a woman, and money transfers could be, okay. And we have something related to, this is the Queen of Cups upside down. It's always Hillary to me. Okay, so Hillary in the context of the election. Butterfly card is like lightness, but it could also mean kind of like light. Yeah, I've said this before, kind of like energy or transfer, ending. So there's something there they've done secret. Look, it's like some weird transfer situation that helped end Hillary's candidacy, not candidate, the whole election thing. A shady group of people are happy, right? And when they work, this is the main person, could be them for Trump. So I feel like they've handled some shady, both I think electronic things and money things for Trump. So that's kind of bad. That's why I think they're very worried about this, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. They must pay him lots. Yeah. I don't know, you guys. You're talking about the TV show, right? So could have gotten to voting machines. I don't know. These are not the same people, guys. Let me just close my eyes and figure this out. What is this Alfa Bank situation? And the people here. I feel like they have a connection to the money laundering, like paying off the people here related to the election, related to Trump, but they also do have the tech part. And that's what they worried about, okay? Because it looks like the whole Alfa Bank thing is a more of a shadow thing than it is a real thing. It's not like, for example, Deutsche Bank is a real bank, right? But this is not it. Like, yeah, and I think the reason why they got this guy is that he talks about the money transfers and the messages or whatever he had before. And that's what they want from him, the feds or whatever, right? They want him to take them to the money trail and to show who gets paid or who does it. Okay, so somehow he knows, I don't know why he does it, but I feel like there's a kind of like a scheme or something, okay, that he knows, like, I feel like they kind of like, the image I'm shown here is like, it's like if you're, I don't know if you know this expression, like the diamond is right below your feet or something. When a person stumbles on something very valuable, I feel the guilty people are very nervous because they know there's a lot there that doesn't meet the eye. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like they're worried that Trump, like, I feel like they know that Mueller somehow knows this, but they can't tell because this guy looks, oh, just some random kid. But they got him because he is a kind of an entryway into it. And I feel like it's showing me that Andrew Weissman, one of the lawyers in his team, I think knows something about these people already from before. And this is why he was pushing it. Because a lot of these people, the prosecutors, they have a lot of experience in this field, this prosecuting financial, whatever. So they know how these things work. And that's why they're pushing this person, because I think they know a lot more. He knows a lot more than just whatever he was doing in the law office. Okay, so he had to give information about this. And I feel like somehow, it is connected to the banking, like the transfer of the servicing, but it's also like there's a way in which people are being paid here that connects to them. I don't know if it's like, not just, it's almost like I feel like they are not the ones paying, but they know it's I don't know how to explain it. It's like, either they give out some sort of code, or like there's something where I feel like it's not a real bank. Okay, it's not like a bank, but it's more like they send messages, or like they have a messaging scheme, something like that, where they like tell people what to do next or how to, I don't know how to explain it, or something like that. Gwendolyn asks, no, it's Facebook that Russia has this ownership stake in. I mean, some of the investors are Russian, early investors. So yes, it's like yeah, I feel like it's kind of, it's like, I feel like they're involved in information exchange, essentially. Okay. And it's like some kind of like, I feel like what they give out people is like pointers to the actual transfer. I know it sounds kind of crazy. Maybe it is like the thing with cryptocurrency. I don't know exactly, but I feel like they have a big, no, Twitter, no, Lucian, Twitter is not owned by Facebook. That's a completely different companies. Twitter is a different company. Okay. So Anyway, it's just like they have different investors, but I think no, they're not the same company. I know this, not at all, not the same company. Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp, but not Twitter. So I was gonna say, no, guys, no, Facebook, Instagram, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like dirty work, but I almost feel like there's a way that they're like, there is the data and messaging or something, okay? How do I know so? Because I've read a lot of stuff and I've worked in, well, I do a lot of some stuff related to tech, I guess, but so it's just I've read this before for different reasons. So anyway, so guys, yeah, the 5 minutes, 4 minutes. So I feel like they found something. I feel like Mueller is like fishing. He's like kind of like archaeology, almost like a skeleton of the money laundering scheme. It's very sophisticated, okay? So it's just it's like a tale of, oh, this is why, okay, I'm getting, guys, this is kind of okay, now I'm getting it. Okay. Because you know how like Rick Gates worked with this guy about the Ukraine thing. Okay, so this guy knows about how Ukraine transfers the money. How do they pay him? It's kind of like how he pays the people in the Republican parties too. It's like this scheme for the financial transfers. This guy is probably involved in too in some way. Okay, so this is why. Because they have to get the money out of there into some sort of account. Okay, some sort of account. Like how do these people get paid? They have a way to like organize it, and like how, you know, they explain how the banking system works and how whatever it is that they do. And that's because they're saying, I've read this before, just watching the, paying attention here. Essentially they need to create all the foreign banking transactions and so forth. So this Alpha Bank creates the transactions. It may actually not execute the transactions themselves, but there's a way in which, like, I think they are part of like organizing how the communicating of the transactions or something like that. Okay, it's almost like a mirror kind of thing. Like they make it so that you can tell. So there's just these different things. Okay, so this is why he connects the money laundering scheme, and the whole thing with the importance of this is because, like many people have pointed out before, when you have the document, it's irrefutable. Like you could argue that you have somebody talking on a thing. You say, well, they are talking about doing something, but what if they don't do? How do you know? And the money is how you know, because it's a proof, right? So that's what I think happens, and I think this guy is gonna bring down. I feel like, guys, there's just like, I keep seeing, this towards this side, like towards, maybe it's a Cyprus thing, like so many people are gonna go down. He's like, I said this before. Remember, there was one epic reading one time where I said that Mueller's gonna discover this whole like shadow banking scheme. This is it. Like he's gonna. I see so many people going down in terms of this. The whole money laundering thing is huge. He's stumbled upon this in a way. But it is the thing that takes everybody down. So everybody who's involved in this, who's related to money laundering, it's gonna be down. It's gonna go down. Like I feel like Mueller is just gonna take all of it down, because without taking the money down, it's not gonna stop. So if the only way to stop these people is to take their money, to make them stop, because otherwise they won't. So this is the beginning. And this is why Manafort and Gates are so important, because they are the connection. They are like kind of like the facade connection in the US that receives the money from abroad. And especially Gates, he has more of knowledge. Cynthia is like telling, okay, guys, so I have 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm back on tomorrow. Okay, so good night to everybody. Good night, guys. Bye. 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 Bye.